Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate 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 Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayana Namaskrityam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Vim Saraswati Vyasam
Tato Jayamudiraye
Jayat Mudiraaya
Ashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu
Ashtaprayasya Bhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevayam
Tyam Bhagavate Sevaya
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
Bhaktin Bhavatirnaistiki
Bhaktin Bhavati Nastiki
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Naya Vasudevaya
Devaki Nandanaya cha
Devaki Nandanaya cha
Nandagopa Kumaraya
Kumaraya
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Dasa. Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for the Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. Today we are going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 9, text number 20. The canto name is The Cosmic Manifestation and the chapter name is Answers by Citing the Lord's Version. Please repeat the sloka behind me. śrī-bhagavān uvāca
śrī-bhagavān uvāca
tvayāhaṁ toṣitaḥ samyag
tvayāhaṁ toṣitaḥ samyak
veda-garbha sisṛkṣayā
veda-garbha sisṛkṣayā
ciram bhṛtena tapasā
bhṛtena tapasā
dustoṣaḥ kūṭa-yoginām.
dustoṣaḥ kūṭa-yoginām.
Word by word meaning, please repeat behind me. śrī-bhagavān uvāca.
śrī-bhagavān uvāca.
The all beautiful personality of Godhead said,
The all beautiful personality of Godhead said,
tvayā,
tvayā,
by you,
by you,
aham,
aham,
I am,
I am,
toṣitaḥ,
toṣitaḥ,
pleased,
pleased,
samyag,
samyak,
complete,
complete,
veda-garbha,
veda-garbha,
impregnated with the Vedas,
impregnated with the Vedas,
sisṛkṣayā,
sisṛkṣayā,
for creating,
for creating,
ciram,
ciram,
for a long time,
for a long time,
bhṛtena,
bhṛtena,
accumulated,
accumulated,
tapasā,
tapasya,
by penance,
by penance,
dustoṣaḥ,
dustoṣaḥ,
very hard to please,
very hard to please,
kūṭa-yoginām,
kūṭa-yoginām,
for the pseudo mystics.
for the pseudo mystics.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanavranda A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation, please repeat behind me. The beautiful personality of Godhead
The beautiful personality of Godhead
addressed Lord Brahmā.
addressed Lord Brahmā.
O Brahma,
O Brahmā,
impregnated with the Vedas,
impregnated with the Vedas,
I am very much pleased with your
I am very much pleased with your
long accumulated penance
long accumulated penance,
with the desire for creation.
with the desire for creation.
Hardly am I pleased
Hardly am I pleased
with the pseudo mystics.
with the pseudo.
Purport. There are two kinds of penance, one for self-gratification and the other for self-realization. There are many pseudo mystics who undergo severe penance for their own satisfaction, and there are others who undergo severe penance for the satisfaction of the senses of the Lord. For example, the penances undertaken to discover nuclear weapons will never satisfy the Lord because such a penance is never satisfactory. By nature's own way, everyone has to meet death, and if such a process of death is accelerated by anyone's penances, there is no satisfaction for the Lord. The Lord wants everyone of his parts and parcel to attain eternal life and bliss by coming home to Godhead. And the whole material creation is meant for that objective. Brahma underwent severe penance for that purpose, namely to regulate the process of creation so that the Lord might be satisfied. Therefore, the Lord was very much pleased with him. And for this, Brahma was impregnated with Vedic knowledge. The ultimate purpose of the Vedic knowledge is to know the Lord and not to misuse the knowledge for any other purposes. Those who do not utilize the Vedic knowledge for that purpose are known as kūṭa-yogīs or pseudo-transcendentalists who spoil their lives with ulterior motives. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilidam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharani Nirvishesha Shunyavad Pashasha Desha Tarane Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So today's sloka, it is discussion between Sukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj, and they were talking about the Brahma's austerity. So the Brahma is the first living entity. So when he born, there was no creation, and he heard the sound ta pa 2 times. Then Brahma understood from where, wanted to understand where this sound is coming. But he tried, he couldn't see from where the sound came. But he said, okay, instead of wasting time, let me sit and the instructions, whatever I got, tapa, that means doing the tapasya. So he did austerities for 1,000 celestial years. So after doing so much of tapasya, what happened? He was able to see the Supreme Lord, the Vaikuntha Loka in front of him. He was able to, Lord gave the eyes so that he can able to see the Vaikuntha Loka. And also the water is giving. Lord Brahma got the position. What's the position? It's a secondary creator position. So these are the things we will get for the out of penance. So the penance, through Brahma's penance, he was able to see the Supreme Lord. Even the entire Vaikuntha Loka he was able to see, and he got the primary position as the creator from the Lord, and Lord's blessings he got. And Lord got pleased with his austerities. So these are all the outcome when we do the penance. So in the history, there are so many people, they did the penance, and currently we are also doing the penance. So how to differentiate? There are how to differentiate the penance which is satisfying the Lord, which is pleasing the Lord. So if you are doing some penance for your own satisfaction, that penance, sense gratification, own satisfaction and sense gratification, that penance is a pseudo penance. That is pseudo mystic. That's what Prabhupada is explaining over here. And also Lord is saying pseudo mystics. So if you are doing some penance for your own sense gratification, then that won't please the Lord. And our penance should be to please the Supreme Lord, then to serve the Lord. Then for that penance, Lord will be satisfied. So the first example, Brahma is the first example. And in the history we already discussed about the Hiranyakashipu is the very classic example for sense gratification. He also did the penance. He also did the tapasya. In his tapasya, it is very intense tapasya he did. Through the intense tapasya, his body, everything left from the body. He lost his flesh, everything, only bone remaining in his body, and the life here remain on the bone. In that situation, till that extent, Hiranyakashipu was doing the penance. He did the penance. But for what he did the penance? He wanted to get the position. He wanted to conquer the demigods. He wanted to kill the demigods. He wanted to control the demigods. And he wanted to become a lord. And everyone need to make him, means worship him. So that means these are all the sense gratification. So Hiranyakashipu, he did, even though he also did the tapasya, but that tapasya for his sense gratification. So that's the reason the sense gratification, and even though he got that the outcome through Brahma, he gave the boon. Even though after he got what he did, he used the boon in the wrong way for his sense gratification only, and for his ego only he used that. So because of that, what happened at the end? He got killed by the Supreme Lord. So this is the way if we are doing the penance for our sense gratification. And in Mahabharata, we are seeing Arjuna. Arjuna, he also did the penance. Before the war, he also did the penance. He went to Shiva and other demigods to get the weapons. For that, he did his tapasya and weapons, all those things he got. But for what we got? Not for his sense gratification, to satisfy the senses of the Lord. Because the Lord wanted to remove the Kauravas and he wanted to establish the Pandavas there. For that, Arjuna, he became a instrument for that. So because of that, Arjuna did the penance. And for that, what is the outcome he got? He got the love of God. And he had the support in the war. And finally, he won the war. And not only in the history and in our parampara also, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, who is the spiritual master for our Srila Prabhupada, he was a very much great scholar. And even if you speak English, even the British people, they need to see the dictionary. What is the meaning of this word, what is he speaking, he is using. So that much scholarly person, so Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. But still, he did the tapasya because he wanted to establish the Vaishnavism. So what he did? He did the tapasya. He went every day. He used to chant 1 million Lord's names. 9 years he did tapasya, just chanting the holy name of the Lord. After 9 years, he became like a Simha Guru. He is called as a Simha Guru in Vaishnava cult. We are calling him as a Simha Guru. Why we are calling him Simha Guru? Lion of, he roared because he did a tapasya. Because of that, he got the power that he was able to defeat all the Shunyavadis, Mayavadis, and he was able to establish the Gaudiya Mutt. So that is the way the penance he did. So that penance, it is favorable to the Lord. Any penance which is favorable to attain the Supreme Lord, to satisfy the Supreme Lord, that penance Lord likes very much. So that is the reason Arjuna liked the penance of Arjuna. Lord liked the penance of Arjuna. Lord liked the penance of Saraswati, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So that's the reason they got the power. Lord giving this power later. Brahma, to allow how in this sloka we are saying Brahma also got the power. The Lord giving the power to them after seeing their penance. Lord will be satisfied and seeing their penance, Lord giving that power to them. And Srila Prabhupada also did the tapasya. So what is the tapasya he did? Prabhupada, he left his family for what? And he entire life he spent for translation and spreading the Krishna consciousness in the whole world. He don't want any of his own. He don't want any sense gratification. He don't want any self gratification. He worked, dedicated his life for Krishna consciousness, to spread the Krishna consciousness, to satisfy the senses of the Lord. So that is the ultimate position everyone need to aspire, everyone need to practice. So these are all the examples, Arjuna, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj and Prabhupada. They are all the examples in front of us how a person need to obey the order of the Supreme Lord and align with the plan of the Supreme Lord and serve the Lord. If we are in that way, if we serve, then automatically Lord will be pleased with us also. In the current world, we are seeing even the cine stars, the sports stars, they are also doing the penance. How they are doing the penance? The cine star is saying that so the one of the movie they wanted to show him, he wanted to become thin. So he is not eating any food. So he was doing the austerities. Not eating food means it is that anything we are doing, and means we are giving pain to our body and we are following, that is called penance. This three stars also doing the penance. For what? So in order to show them in that movie, they wanted to become thin and they want to show them as a poor person. So for that, they are not eating. They are control their sleep because they wanted to make their eyes, the big eyes. So how do we make my eyes reddish? So 7-8 days I won't sleep. So that my eyes become reddish. So the movie it will be realistic. So for what is the outcome of that? By cine stars, they are doing after that. They want, by doing this, they will get the name, fame, and money. For that, they are doing. So that is the sense gratification. That the parents, whatever they are doing, it is not the motive. The motive of that is, motive behind that is sense gratification. So that won't please the Supreme Lord. That will, what will happen? Finally, they will get a problem in their body only. For them, the young age maybe they may do all those things, but later that will affect their body, they'll get into the sense gratification only with their money. So it is giving the negative response to them. And there are some mystic yogis are there. So they will say that I want one of the person when Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati was there during his time, he was telling that he was one of the boatmen, he was glorifying one of the person. That see that person, he is a mystic yogi. So you are also saying you are also a yogi, but see that person, he is the mystic yogi. You are just saying Krishna consciousness, you are Krishna bhajan, this and that you are doing. And but see that person, he was able to by walking on the water without using anything. He was able to walk on the water. He can cross this Ganges from this bank to other bank without this boat. He can just walk on the water, drop of the water. How great he is! That's the boatman was glorified that. Then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he told that how much time he spent to learn this, to practice this. He said 30 years he spent. He called that person, he spoke with Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. Then he told, 30 years I practiced this walking on the water. Now I'm able to walking on the water. Then he told, it is merely waste. You wasted 30 years of golden times. What you did, you just the thing, what I can do with, if you give the 10 paisa to this boatman, he can drop me from this bank to other bank. To going to this bank to other bank without this boat, what you did? You spent your 30 years of life to practice that, just walking on the water. What is the outcome of that? Your outcome of this is just a 10 paisa worth of deed. For 10 paisa worth of act, you spend your entire life like that. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, he told. So then he told, what I am practicing, what I am doing, my services, I am making the people to learn about the Supreme, understand the Supreme truths, understand the Supreme Lord, and take them go back to Godhead. For that I am preaching. That is, I am doing the Lord's service. So that's what Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur explained to that person. Later, that person understood that, okay, so whatever they are doing, I am taking the people out of birth, death, old age, and disease. They won't take birth again. Whatever I am teaching to the people, if they follow practically, if they practice that, what will happen? They won't take birth again. So he asked, which is greater? You are working on the water is greater. What are the work I am doing that is greater? So this is the way. So then that person, he understood that whatever he did is just for the self gratification. So whatever the act from this and the activities, we can understand that whatever we are doing for our sense gratification, that won't please the Supreme Lord. So that's what Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam. That means Rishikena, Rishikesha Sevaram Bhaktir Uchate. That is the ultimate thing. What is that meaning? Rishikesha. Who is the Rishikesha? Who is the master of all the senses? The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the master of senses. If we work to satisfy the senses of the Supreme Lord, that is the topmost, that is the pure bhakti. That's the meaning of this. So we should not work for our own sense gratification. So that is tapasya. That's what Brahma did, and that is the reason the Supreme Lord came in front of him and he showed his Vaikuntha Loka and he awarded the position of the creator. So these are all the things he was able to achieve, Brahma able to achieve because of his penance. Even the demigods. So we learned that demigods, they read the Samudra Mandan. For what Samudra Mandan was done by the demigods? They wanted to get the nectar out of it. So if you do the Samudra Mandan, nectar will come. If you drink the nectar, we will prolong our life. That is the way the demigods, what they did. They wanted to prolong their own life. So that is also the sense gratification only. That is not pleasing the Lord, but Lord wanted them for their Lord's service. That's the reason Lord supported that act, demigods act. But still, that is the motive of that is, so they have the personal motive also in that. Demigods' personal motive, they wanted to extend their life for long. And the other hand, if you see the gopis in the Vrindavan, what they did, always they are chasing the Supreme Lord. They want, when I can see the Supreme Lord, how can I make please the Supreme Lord? How can I serve the Supreme Lord? Always their mood it was like that. The Gopas and Gopis who are in the Vrindavan, if you read the pastimes of the Vrindavan pastimes, they're always the Gopis thinking, how can I satisfy the Krishna? That is only their mood. At any cost, I have to satisfy their mood. How can I do that? That is their mood. So we can see the demigods, even though they are staying, they are the celestial persons, they are living long, and the Gopis merely they are the covered boys, covered girls. They are what? But who are in the top? The Gopis, their bhakti is in top because they are thinking only on the satisfaction of Krishna. That is the reason the Gopis, they are on the top, and demigod the coming in this again, because demigods they are thinking of their own sense gratification only. And our Prabhupada also he did the penance, austerity. So he left his family and he was there in Vrindavan. And he was in the Vrindavan, even when he was in the Vrindavan, he was staying in the Radha Madan Mohan temple. So he staying in Vrindavan and also staying in a temple is a very, very great thing for a devotee. Because the Bhakti Anga is, if you are able to stay in a dham, it's a very, very great thing. Prabhupada got that opportunity to stay in Vrindavan, to stay in Madan Mohan temple. So every day he can associate with the Lord, associate with the sadhus there, everything he can do. But for the Lord's service, he left everything and he went to America. For what? Because of his spiritual master instruction that he want to spread this knowledge to the fallen conditioned souls. So that is the instruction he got from his spiritual master. And the spiritual master, it is not for his sense gratification, right? That instruction, whatever he told, he provided to Prabhupada, it is not for his sense gratification also. He wanted to satisfy the Lord's plan. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, my name will be chanted all over the world. That is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's prediction. So during that time, people couldn't realize that. Oh, how it is possible? We are in India. In India itself, we are not able to chant because there are Muslim rulers were there. We are not able to chant properly. There are so many obstacles are there. How the name will be spread all over the world? They had that doubt also. But through the pure devotee, the Senapati Bhakta, the Prabhupada, he did, and he was able to follow his instruction of the spiritual master, and he was victorious in his spreading Krishna consciousness in the America. Why? Because of his austerity. He left Vrindavan and he was after ascent is spreading the Krishna consciousness. That's why he became victorious. And Goswamis, we have studied about the Goswamis. The Goswamis Vrindavan, the six Goswamis of Vrindavan, we are studying. They are the very important people in our Sampradaya. Because of them only, they left their sense gratifications, and they left their, they were, they were the great scholars, and they were the ministers, important ministers, chief ministers of the assembly, that time King's assembly. But they left everything. They came to Vrindavan and they stayed under a tree and they begged. Literally, they begged for a food and they stayed there. Why they need to leave all those minister posts, everything, and they come and stay in Vrindavan and begged arm, and they did their activities, and they did what work they did? They regenerate the Vrindavan. Vrindavan that time it was become jungle. People are not, because during this Mughals period, nobody dared to go to Vrindavan and do the puja and all. So to regenerate, these Goswamis left their sense gratification, everything, and he worked for the Supreme Lords and his spiritual master, who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's order, go and regenerate the Vrindavan. So that is the instruction they got. So they followed a great austerity. They stayed under a tree. They are not staying under a tree more than a day, because they should not get attachment to the tree also. That is their mood. That is the Goswami's mood. So that is the great thing. So for that reason, even after now 5,500 years also, we are remembering them, we are worshipping them, because they did the great austerities. Because of them, we are able to see the Vrindavan, whatever currently we are so going and enjoying in the Vrindavan, we are able to get the glimpse of bhakti because of those Goswamis. So these are all the way we can. The only thing to satisfying the senses of the Lord is the ultimate goal of life. We should not try for our own sense gratification. Even Sukadev Goswami, we studied the Bhagavatam, we are studying about Sukadev Goswami. What he is to do? He go to a person's house for what? To enlighten them. How long he stay in that person's house? How much time it will take to milk the cow? That much time. Then he will get a glass of milk and he will drink the milk and he will give his knowledge to that person, and he will leave their home. So this is the way they follow the austerities. That's the reason we are talking about Sukadeva Goswami in Bhagavatam. See, originally the Bhagavatam written by Vyasadeva, but we are not talking about Vyasadeva. We are glorifying Sukadeva Goswami because of his parents and how he explained his things to the Parshit Maharaj. So that is the reason austerities for Supreme Lord is more higher than the austerities we are doing for our own sense gratification. We are also doing the Ekadasi fasting, chanting the holy name of the Lord. So for what we are doing the fasting and chanting the holy name of the Lord, reading the books and hearing about the lectures and doing the bhajan, all those things to satisfy the Supreme Lord. So that is also the form of tapasya. That is also the form of austerity. So we have to. That is the way we cannot compare ourselves with Sukadeva Goswami, the Goswamis of Vrindavan, Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada and all. But at least we can try to follow whatever instruction they are provided to us. If we are able to follow that, we will also perfect our life one day. So that's what Krishna himself is saying in Bhagavad Gita. What do you say? Patram pushpam phalam toyam yeno bhakti prayachati tattaham bhakti uvācam asnami prayatamanaha. If one offer me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, a fruit or water, I will accept it. So Krishna don't want anything else. You want to prepare so many things. Give me with your love and devotion. If you are giving a leaf also, a flower also, a fruit also, you're nothing else, they give me a glass of water. That is enough for me. I will accept it if we are doing with love and devotion. That's what Krishna is doing. So, in order to increase this love and devotion, what we need to do, we have to follow our instructions of our gurus and Prabhupada, so that we can also perfect our life as they did because they followed their guru's instructions strictly. So they were able to get the love of Godhead. So the similar way, if we also do that, we will also get, definitely we also get the love of Godhead. So for what that reason only we are doing Nagar Sankirtan and one day Padayatra, all those activities, why we are doing? To please the Lord, not to please our own sense gratification. Oh, I am also doing something, not for our sense gratification, it is for the Lord's satisfaction and especially our spiritual master satisfaction we are doing. If we are able to satisfy our spiritual master, if we are able to satisfy Prabhupada, if they are satisfied, automatically Lord will be satisfied because their life they dedicated for the service of the Lord. Then if you are also take part of that, take some of their services, and if you also spread this Krishna consciousness according to our capacity, then Lord will definitely the spiritual master will be pleased and Prabhupada will be pleased. Ultimately, if they are pleased, Supreme Lord also will be pleased. So our ultimate goal of from this sloka, we can understand that how Brahma got the love of Godhead, and similarly, we can also get through austerities, not for our own sense gratification, to satisfy the senses of the Supreme Lord. Hare Krishna. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Hare Krishna.